Okay, we're going to look at this problem right here. It is problem 13A. And go and follow along with me as I read. There are 12 boxes of candy apples in the snack shop. Okay, there were 8 candy apples in each box. And then 1/4 of the candy apples in each box were tied with a blue ribbon. So what we were trying to find out is which equation can be used to find the total number of candy apples tied with a blue ribbon in the snack shop. So, and we have the equations right here below. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure we pay real close attention to what the question's asking. Okay, and the question is asking, let's see here, make sure. Which equation can be used to find the total number of candy apples tied with a blue ribbon in the snack shop? So the blue ones with the blue ribbons are the ones that are important. Okay, important information is I have 12 boxes. Okay, and inside each box there are 8 candy apples. And we're trying to figure out that 1/4 of the candy apples in each box were tied with a blue ribbon. So look for the ones with the blue ribbon again. So important information in there. Okay, I got boxes, I've got candy apples, and then 1/4 are tied with a blue ribbon. Okay, I see the word each right here. Okay, and on this problem, whenever we're talking about, whenever we see the word each, that means each and every one has a candy apple in the box. Okay, whenever we're talking about equal size groups, okay, we want to use the get strategy. So we'll do that really quick. I'll do it right here. So G, E, T. And in the get strategy right here, okay, we're going to start the first part of it, the 12 boxes. Okay, the 12 boxes are going to be talking about the groups. Okay, so that's 12 boxes. That's going to be the group because the candy apples are going to go inside the box. So 8 candy apples in each box. So the 8 apples are going to be talking about each. And whenever we're talking about equal size groups and we know how many groups there are and we know how many are in each box, that's going to be a multiplication problem. And I'll just draw a picture of what it's going to look like really quick. We can do the 12 boxes. Okay, we're going to draw straight lines for me here. Yeah, I think that's 6 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Take it up here. And take it over. Okay, and each one of these squares are represent a box, and in each box there are 8 apples. So just kind of model what it looks like. Each one of these is going to be 8. So that represents the 12 boxes. In each box there's 8 apples. We could go ahead and we could add 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. We can do it 12 times, or we could just do a multiplication problem. And the multiplication problem we do is 12 times 8. And we'll do 12 times 8. We use the standard algorithm. So that means we're going to multiply the ones place by the ones place. 8 times 2 is 16. Okay, and we multiply the ones place by the tens place. 8 times 1, or 8 times 10 is 80, plus another would be 10 would be 90. So that means there's 96 apples in all. Okay, but now we need to figure out, so we'll say 96, there's 96 apples in all. So I know that there's 96 apples in all, but what I'm actually trying to find out is how many are tied with a blue ribbon. It says right here that 1/4 of the apples are tied with a blue ribbon. Okay, in order to do that, we'll figure out what we need to do. So we're going to use a get strategy again. We got groups, each, and total. So in this case, do we know how many groups there are? Okay, in this case, our groups are going to be 1/4 because there's, if we put the apples into 4 equal groups, one of them is going to have blue ribbons in it. Okay, do I know the total? And we said these are the groups. We'll say that's basically that's how many groups we're going to put it in. Okay, do we know how many are in each group? Okay, and we really don't know how many are in each group right there because That's what we're trying to find out. I do know the total apples. There are 96 total apples, though. 96 total apples. So whenever we're using the get strategy, and I know how many groups there are, and I know what the total is, that's going to be a division problem. So that means I need to put the apples into 4 equal groups, and one of the groups is going to be the ones that are with blue ribbons. Okay, and so I'm going to go ahead and make 4 equal groups here. Each one of these squares is going to be one of my groups. Okay, and what we would have learned, the way we would have learned to divide last year was to share equally. So we're going to share the 96 apples equally in all the groups here. And since 96 is a pretty big number, I could go through there and put 96 tally marks. I could put 96 dots. I could draw 96 apples out. That would take a long time. So I'm going to use base 10 blocks. So when I'm drawing my base 10 blocks, when I draw base 10 blocks, my 10s are going to be my rods. So I'm going to give that a try. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And I can't put another 10 in each box. So if I put another 10 in each box, that would put me at 120. Okay, and I don't have 120 apples. I only have 96 apples. So I'm going to stop at 80. Then I'm going to start putting them in as units. So that's 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, and 96. Okay, so now I separated the apples out all equally, and one of these groups are going to be the blue apples. We'll say that one's going to be my blue apples. So that means that it looks like I have 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So there'd be 24 apples with blue ribbons. I'll put a B there, so that's what we're looking for. 24 apples, blue ribbons. So right here it looks like we multiplied, and right here it looks like we divided. So we're going to look at the first hand choice, 12 times 8. That looks like that will work. 12 times 8, I'm going to circle that. Okay, but 8 minus 4 equals 92. That does not look right. I'm not going to subtract 4 to do that. So, and there aren't 92 with blue ribbon, so we know that was not right. Right here I have 12 minus 8. That doesn't work. That's not going to be a good way to solve this problem. Okay, the next one I say 12 plus 8. That doesn't work. I'm not going to solve it with that. This one says 12 times 8. That looks right. And then to figure out how many had blue ribbons, we did divide by 4, and we did get 24. So D is going to be the correct way to solve this one. Okay, now we're going to look at problem 13B. Follow along as I read. The third grade teacher passed out all the party hats in 4 packages to celebrate their high test scores. There were 6 party hats in each package. 1/3 of the party hats in each package were green. Which equation can be used to find the total number of green party hats the third grade teachers passed out? Okay, so I want to make sure I'm answering my question. I'm trying to figure out how many of these hats were green. Circle some important information. I had 14 packages. Okay, there were 6 party hats in each package. See the word each right there. And 1/3 of the party hats in each package. Okay, or green. Okay, so I can see the word each here. Whenever I see the word each, I know I'm talking about equal size groups. That means it's going to be either a multiplication or division problem. Multiplication or division. So whenever I know that I'm trying to figure out whether it's multiplication or division, I'm going to use a get strategy. So I need to figure out how many groups there are, how many are in each group, and what the total is. Okay, so right here, I see that there's 14 packages. Okay, that's pretty obvious that a package is going to fall into the category as a group. So there's 14 packages. 14 packages. Okay, and there were 6 party hats in each package. Okay, so I know the 6 is going to be my each. Those are my hats. Okay, and so I'm probably going to need to figure out how many total hats there are to figure out how many of them were green. Okay, so whenever I'm trying to find out the total and I'm talking about equal size groups, that sounds like a multiplication problem. So that multiplication problem is going to be 14 times 6. Okay, using the standard algorithm, whenever I do that, I'm going to multiply the ones place by the ones place. Okay, and 6 times 4 is 24, so that's 2 10s and 4 1s. Okay, then I multiply the ones place by the tens place. And 6 times 10 is 60, plus another 20, that'd be 80. So that means there are 84 party hats. Okay, so my 84 party hats. Okay, now if I'm trying to figure out 1/3 of the party hats are green. So I'm going to do my get strategy again. Do it across here this time. Groups, each, and total. Okay, I know the total. It's going to be the same as right there. I have a total of 84 hats. Okay, and I want to put them into 3 groups. And I need to figure out how many are in each group. So that's 84 divided by 3. Okay, 84 divided by 3. So we'll go ahead, do just like we did before. 3 groups. My 3 groups right there. I'm going to divide up the 84 equally. I'm going to use base 10 blocks to do it. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And I can't put another 10 in each group because that'd put me at 90, and I don't have that many spaces, or I don't have that many hats. So I need to start doing it by ones. So that's 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, and 84. So I divided them all out equally. It looks like I have 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 in each group. 28 in each group. So that means 28 of the hats would be green. So I'm going to look at my answer choices over here. F, 14 minus 6. That's not how I figured out how many hats I had, so that's not right. 14 times 6, that looks right. Okay, but I don't think I subtracted 3. I think I divided them into 3 equal groups, so that's not right. 14 times 6, that works, and I do think I did. I took my product of that, and I divided it by 3, and I did get 28, so that looks like that may be my answer. Look at the last one. I did not add, so that's not correct. H would be the way I solved it. So now that we finished our problem solving, we can go ahead and go to the concept lesson. Go ahead and click. There's going to be a video talking about the concept lesson. It should be one right after this. So let's get ready to learn. We're going to be learning about equivalent fractions.